Good morning, Claire here in the Pacific Northwest, Puget Sound area, Grow Zone 8B. Coming to you this morning to share with you a recipe that I've kind of developed and played around with this week to make for a Galentine's brunch. And it was a orange cinnamon roll sourdough discard recipe. So if that suits your fancy, if it sounds delicious, stick around and I'm going to share that with you. But also, I got a surprise yesterday when I got my seeds for the year that I had ordered. I wasn't due to get them till next week, but they showed up yesterday, so I unboxed them this morning to share with you guys what I'm excited to plant. Punxsutawney Phil says that we're supposed to have an early spring, and I believe him because the birds are chirping. Our bulbs that we planted out front, they're kind of popping up, so I'll show you those and a few other little glimmers of our highlights and beauty that we've experienced the last couple weeks. So come on with me. I'll show you my seeds and I'll share the recipe with you. I had to share with you how magical our week started off. Not this Tuesday, but last Tuesday. There was a full rainbow on the day that we went horse riding, and it was just so huge and spectacular. It just went on and on for ages. We made our way to the farm store and they have baby chicks. Another sign of spring. Little babies. We went hiking as a family and Katana was trying to be a good steward of nature.
Hey, you fixed it.
Another big event for Connor this week was the Pinewood Derby for his Cub Scouts. And look at that breathtaking sunrise. Look at all that purple. Here's my little artist in here drawing his little chicken girls. He wanted to come out and observe them and paint them that morning. Here are some of our bulbs kind of popping up. As you can see, they're doing well, and it looks like the weeds never died from last year. So those are some hardy weeds. And one of our final adventures for this week was going to learn how to make pretzels with the kids. So I got this yesterday. I was not expecting to get it till next week, but I wanted to go ahead and just do an unboxing. So I got about 10 million packets of seeds from Botanical Interest, which is kind of my favorite seed company. They sent me this little handy dandy seed start guide, which I think is really helpful, and kind of how to read their seed packages, which is one of the reasons why it's my favorite. So I wanted to show you guys what I got. The only challenge I'm going to have is if I'm going to be able to find room to plant all these things. But I got a lot of flowers and a lot of vegetables. But I wanted to get some columbines, some alyssum, sweet alyssum. This green mist looked really cute. It says that it can get 3 to 4 inches feet tall, which makes me think it looks a lot like Queen Anne's lace. So I'm curious to see that. Some asters. I am so excited about these Canterbury bells. I've always wanted to grow this, so we'll see how this works out. These Chinese lantern plants. Some marigolds. I got let's see if they're all together. Yeah, I got 4 or 5 different varieties of tomatoes. I got some Roma tomatoes. These just looked really cool and pretty. These look pretty traditional. And then, of course, some cherry tomatoes. And also, and another type of cherry. These little cherry rainbow blend ones, which look like they could be really fun. And then I got, it doesn't look like they're all together, but I got 3 different types of milkweed that are specific to my area. Milkweed is a host plant for monarch butterflies, and just pollinators in general really love milkweed. So I got another one that's a blue variety. And then this is lettuce, and it looks beautiful. I've never really had much luck with lettuce, but I'm always going to keep trying. And then, of course, some okra. If you're from the South, you might call it okra. That's what I like to call it. But I'm excited for this to make some fried okra and maybe make some gumbo. Got to get some bell peppers. I liked this blend because it's all the different colors. So who knows what will grow well, but we'll see. I've got some Swiss chard. I'm going to try my hand at some strawberries. I never really have much luck with this. Johnny Jump Ups. That is just the sweetest name. You cannot go wrong with violas. They are just so cute. I cannot wait to try to grow these. I hope they do well. Oh, it looks like they gave me a thank you seed blend for ordering $5 million worth of seeds. And then I love nasturtium. I hope I'm saying that right, but I really wanted to try this blend because it has the variegated colored leaves, and just they're always so pretty and bright. I got a basil blend because it had it said that it had like the cinnamon, the lemon, the lime, the large leaf, just it's all the different kinds. So once again, I'm going to plant several of these. Who knows what variety will take and grow. Sugar baby watermelon. I am so excited for this. I love Sweet William, so hopefully this comes up. And then phlox, which I think is just so typical of a cottage garden, which is what I'm kind of trying to go for. I always wanted to grow these little baby cucumber melons. I hope that they come up. And then stock. I love anything that grows in a column and has a bunch of flowers on it. So we'll see how this does. And then some peas just for shelling. Some little gherkin cucumbers because I plan on making some pickles, some little gherkin pickles. Status, I think that looks so pretty. And then also, I always buy these from Trader Joe's every like fall time, but these pumpkin on a stick things, I don't know if it's an actual pumpkin or not, but I've always wanted to grow this, and they have it on their website only. And then I got some cantaloupe and sunflowers. I love this little fluffy sunflower. This pumpkin is one of the ones that I turned into that I canned, and it was sweet and had really good fruit on the inside. So I'm going to try to grow this myself, and it's just so pretty with the pink and the white. And then I've never grown corn before, but I could not resist the bright colors of this painted corn. And then some more fancy, beautiful, purpley red lettuce. You can't have a garden if you don't grow squash, is the way I feel. So I did that. And then I got some just regular lettuce, not fancy colored or anything, just plain old. We'll see how we go with that. Oh, here's that other milkweed, and it says that it's an online exclusive as well. It looks really pretty. I can't wait. And one thing I love about this, I'll get to that in the end, but I wanted to try to do some ground cherries, some quinoa, and like, how pretty are those colors? We'll see how they come out. I did get this because Connor asked for us to grow some big pumpkins, some straw flower, some larkspur, more peas, but purple, onions. This I am so excited to put on all of. I'm so excited to put this on all of our fences to see if it takes over, because how beautiful is that? Some peppers, and this says it's a potato you can grow from seed. I've only grown chitted potatoes, but I'm curious to see how this goes. And then I'm so excited for this. This is some red sunflowers. And it's just a blend of all different varieties of that have red in it. So I'm excited to see how that comes out. And one of the things I was going to say, this is why this is my favorite seed company, because not only do they tell you, all the information that other seed packets do, but I feel like it's very concise. It's like days to emerge. So you know how long you had to look for, basically, how deep you plant it, how to space it, how to thin it out. It leaves you a little thing so you can write what day you sowed it, planted it, so that you can kind of keep track of it if you're not doing it in a journal. But what I love the most out of all seed companies, this is the Botanical Interest Seed Company, is that they have what the seedling will look like. So you know what to look out for. So you're not like, is that a weed or is that my plant? So I find that to be so useful, because I was always trying to Google what is it going to look like. I didn't want to pull up a weed versus what it's supposed to look like. So anyway, I had to share with you guys. So in the upcoming weeks, I'll be sharing what I'm starting inside and what I'm direct sowing and all that stuff. I can't wait to go on this gardening adventure this year with y'all. All right, y'all, we can get to the meat and potatoes and make our orange sourdough discard cinnamon rolls. Growing up, my mom always bought the canned cinnamon rolls, and they were always the orange ones. So I was actually an adult until I realized that the rest of the people that I knew grew up eating just cream cheese frosting without the orangeness. And it's good, but it's best, in my opinion, when you have that orange citrus tang to it. For this recipe, you're going to want 1 cup of your sourdough discard. Then you're going to want to take 1 cup of milk and warm it up and add it to your dough mixture. Then you'll want 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. And then you'll want 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 cup of butter. You're just going to want to stir all of that together, get all the liquids mixed together before you start adding in your flour. You're going to want 4 cups of all-purpose flour, but you don't want to add them all in at one time. I mixed it kind of 1 cup in at a time until it got into a really big, thick consistency of dough to where I couldn't stir it anymore, and then it was going to be time to knead it. You put it on a floured surface, and then you will give it a good knead until it is smooth all over. Then just plop it in your bowl, cover it up, put it to the side for about 2 hours. Then while that was rising, I just went ahead and made the filling for the cinnamon rolls, and what that consisted of was 1 cup of packed brown sugar and 2 heaping tablespoons of ground cinnamon. And then the fun part that smells so delicious is zesting your oranges. If you have a regular size orange, it probably should just take 1. For this project, since I was using little tiny mandarin oranges, I used about 3 mandarin oranges. And y'all, I've got to tell you that while I was waiting for the dough to rise, the kitchen smelled just so full of oranges and cinnamon. It smelled so amazing. I wish I could make a candle out of this. Then 2 hours had passed, and it's time to punch down your dough and then throw that on a flat surface that is floured and give it a good rollout into a rectangular shape. And it took me a while to kind of get it the way that I wanted it. Then once it's shaped the way that you'd like it to be, you're going to want 1/2 cup of butter that's been softened, and you're going to spread that all over the dough from corner to corner all the way to the edges. You're going to take your amazing smelling mixture, and you're just going to cover every single patch of dough that you can find and get that covered well, because that's going to bubble and cook in the oven. Then you're going to roll it up into longwise into a round roll. Now the fun part of cutting them into slices. Next time I make these, I'm going to cut them a little bit thicker. I would probably aim for maybe 12, but I was trying to make a couple of pans of this for my brunch that I was going to the next day, and also for my family and myself to try it, just to make sure it was tasty. And then you'll just put it in your pan, which my original plan was put it in a larger one, but I thought it would be a cuter presentation at the brunch in a cuter pan. So I ended up filling up about 3 different pans with these cinnamon rolls. You're going to bake these at 375 for about 25 to 30 minutes. I did mine for 25 minutes. While they were cooking, I made the glaze, which I used 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. I used 4 ounces of cream cheese, and I used a 1/4 cup of butter. And then I used 2 tablespoons of orange juice. I ended up wanting it to be a little bit more orangey tasting, so I added a teaspoon of orange extract, and then I just mixed everything up very, very well to the consistency that I wanted. If you want it more orange, you can add in more orange juice. And then here are those beauties. They came out bubbling and looking so yummy. And then I just took the glaze and I just kind of started dumping it at first, but then I thought I'll just kind of drizzle it back and forth until I have it covered up really nicely. And this was able to cover up every single one of the cinnamon rolls to where they were nice and gooey and icingy. And I finished the night with just a cup of tea and tried my baked goods. And I've got to say, I really liked it. The cinnamon roll caramelized on the bottoms and the edges, where the sugar and the butter baked into all the crevices. It was so delicious. If you want to try it for yourself, then I'm going to put the directions in the description bar. I hope if you guys try it, y'all enjoy it as much as my family did. It didn't make it past one day at my house. Thanks for sticking around with us. If you've ordered your seeds already and there's something you're so excited to plant that you've never done before, or you're excited to do again, I would love to hear what that is for you. Also, if you try the recipe, please leave us feedback on something that you enjoyed about it or something that you think might make it a little bit better. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all when I see ya.